I am Sakurai. Welcome to my second YouTube video. Sure, we're sticking with that. Anyway, done it twice and I don't want to do it again. It is currently 10 p.m. on a Thursday. I did a long shift today. My room's a mess, because of course it is. But I figured it's been a little over a week since my first one. I felt like I've done enough progress on some projects to be showing them off. I've started one. Two. Actually, I've started two. So I figure I can make at least a short video and show them off, because I'm not nearly active enough on Instagram. So, this is my second video, which means a lot of people that watch it are probably going to be new, because as of the moment, I only have, that is 10, I only have 5 subscribers, one of which is a family member. So, I am Sakurai, I am 20, I've been cross-stitching for 7 years. Most of these projects, actually scratch that, all of these projects have been started this year. Every single one of them. Because I used to be a monogamous stitcher. And that project is moved on to backstitching now, but it doesn't have to be done until Christmas, so I'm putting it on the back burner for a minute. But I have some projects. How many? 1, 2... I have 6 projects of progress to show today. Most of them, small amounts of progress. So, let's get going, shall we? First one I'm going to show is a gift for a family member. So, you know who you are. Stop watching. If you are watching, I don't know why you would be watching, but if you are, stop it. But it is my Stardew Valley sampler. And that orange, that orange is new. Look how cute it is. There it is. It's so cute, and the colors are so vibrant, and I love them. I've been making it a goal to do like a little amount at a time, kind of finish, what's that called? A motif? Yeah, finish a motif. Every time I work on it. Although this box was its own beast, because I don't think that's a... would that technically be classified as a motif? No idea, so we're going to run with it. I did that one over the course of a couple stitching sessions, because it's big. And it needed to be correct. And I was doing this off of a paper pattern, which I haven't done in a while. But yeah, there's that one. It's looking so good. So, yeah, I mean, I jumped into that very fast, Jesus. This is going to be a quick one, because I'm tired, but I wanted to make a video, because I like discussing my progress, and I don't really talk to anybody in my real life who does cross-stitch as much as I do. So that's why this YouTube channel exists, is because I need to have an outlet for what at this point is really an obsession, more than anything else. So, we will move on from there. This next one is Book of Deadly Potions. Which, side note, there is a second pattern, which is the book in this pattern's cover, which I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I have room on this fabric, I'm thinking I'm going to do it on this fabric as well, and then have them match. But I did the frame. The frame's all the black in the frame is done. Now I'm just waiting for my friend to catch up, and then I'll keep working on it. But it's so cute, and it's like the size of my face, because it's, I believe this is 40 count, 2/2. But it looks so good. There's like a tiny mistake down here where one of the top bits is half a stitch off, but I'm realizing looking at the camera, you cannot tell yet, so I'm kind of hoping it stays that way, because I'm not unstitching that. I've had to frog enough things already. I am not frogging that for one stitch to be right. But that one is that, and it's so fun. So we move on to the other one, which is significantly less fun. Not because the pattern isn't fun, because it is Deadly Aquarium by Lola Cross Stitch, as I'm sure we all know. But it's not fun because I hate reds and yellows. And the coral section that I'm working on, right over there, is all reds and yellows with a dark orange. And I hate them. So it's been an ordeal trying to force myself through it. But I know myself, and I will leave it until last if I don't do it now. So I finished one more color. The coral actually looks like a piece of coral now. And I think I'm going to go into the yellow next, and then do the dark one last. And that'll hopefully get me through it, and I can move on to the little stonefish down here, so I can fill in that hole, because the hole is bothering me. Yeah, that's that. And if you noticed that the seagull's beak is weird, it's because I haven't done any of the back stitching on it yet, because I am worried, because of my tendency to leave things in the hoop for too long, that I will put it in the hoop with back stitching on it, and then damage the back stitching by leaving it in the hoop too long. So I'm going to do the back stitching last. So that way, if it is in a hoop, it's only for like a couple hours. I really need to get better for that. But that is my second project, which is missing its needle for some reason. I forget where I put that. Oh well. That's the second one. And it is fun. I just have a hard time with colors I hate. That being said, I'm moving on to one with colors I love. The pattern's called Old Kitchen. It's by Maxima Patterns? I don't know. I did recently learn, though, that all of the artist patterns that I got this from are partially AI generated, which is making a dilemma for me because I love them, but I don't support AI. So, like, I've already bought this one, so what's done is done, and I'm gonna stitch it because I love it. But I'm sitting here in a little bit of a pickle because I wanted to buy more patterns from them. But do I want to support AI? So I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what its progress is at right now. Probably doesn't look like a whole lot because I just did one color along the top row here, and it's not showing up super great on the camera. Look at this. Apologies, the lighting's got real bad for a second. That's actually not that bad. That's a little bit better. Why are you? There. Okay. So, I worked in this corner up here. I don't have all the colors for this. This is one of the ones that I didn't fully kit up. I just grabbed some of the browns that I had already and happened to be able to do most of the roof. So I have to go pick up some of the ones that are missing from the little gaps here and start working my way down. Because now that I've gone halfway across up here, I want to start working my way down. And then as I go down, also go to the side. Kind of typewriter-esque, but instead of taking from the top and going sideways like I have been doing, take from the side and go sideways. As I'm sure a lot of people do. Oh boy, this is also a massive piece of linen for something that is not really going to be that big. But it's really cute, and I think the little Mimikyu needle minder really fits. Because it's all yellows, which I just said I hate, but it's like specifically like tan and browns, which are very cozy, so I don't mind it. Speaking of cozy, one of my new starts, which I think I talked about starting last time, we're going to leave the light on for this because it does not show up otherwise, is Plans in Petrichor, and I've got a bunch of the, I think this is 898, started, and it does not stand out very well on camera. In person it stands out great against the fabric. It's very rich, like chocolate. But this is one of the very few colors that I had on hand that I could start with, but luckily it's one of the structural colors, so I can build the base of the shelves and the window, and I think there's a frame on this side, because It's a big box, so I'm assuming it's a frame. And I can get the structure out of the way, and then stitching the rest should be easier because the structure's there. But yeah, that's been fun. This fabric is unlike anything I've really worked with, which is to say that it's good quality fabric, but my needle keeps catching on it because it's not rounded. So that's my bad. But the fabric is very pretty. I love it. So that is my first new start. And now we're going to talk about my favorite new start, which I was too tired to make progress on today, and that's unfortunate. And me and my boyfriend both have the day off work tomorrow because my holidays start. I have a week off. I'm going to have a lot of cross stitch done, hopefully. But we, for once, both have the same day off. So we're going to play some video games together. So I'm not really going to do any cross stitch, which I ordinarily would do cross stitch while we hang out, but that's because I watch him play games. This time I'm actually going to play them with him. So I can't do any progress tomorrow either. But this is my first ever start on a Mirabilia. I'm doing Mermaid of the Pearls, which I finally remembered that I could, at least for this one, because this one's not a PDF, grab you the picture. It's very glossy, so you're not going to be able to see it very all that well, but that's the Mermaid of the Pearls. And that's where I'm at on her. I'm just in her hair. This is what frustrated me with all the frogging, because that top coil right there, I miscounted probably about 4 times and didn't realize. So I had to frog it and redo it and frog it and redo it, and that was frustrating, but I kept going anyway, and this is all, I think, a day or two's progress on her, and I am loving it. The browns just work so well as like a hair texture. I'm so excited. I also ordered the beads off of 123 Stitch, the rest that I didn't have, because I have some in these little containers from Michael's. They're a bit too big, but they were the smallest ones that would work for my space. So, got 2 kinds of the beads that I needed. So I ordered the rest, the treasures, and the couple DMC that I didn't manage to pick up. And we're going from there. Because those are all the colors that are in her, for the most part. And they're so pretty. I love them. I'm so excited to work on her more. She's got way more color variety than her picture gives her credit for. And I'm stoked. And it's my first Mirabilia, as I've said a couple times now. And I have wanted to do a Mirabilia since I found out they were a thing. And I have a couple others. Actually, I could show off the ones I have. That's how we can make this a little bit longer than 13 minutes. Because that was all 6 projects, because I went too fast, because honestly, even though I've stitched on 6 things, I didn't make much progress on 6 things. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys all my Mirabilia patterns that I own. One of which is over here, because I wanted to consider doing her as kind of a companion piece, because they stand very similar. And that is, what's her name? Sarah the Shipwreck. And they have very similar tails, and they're both holding something up in front of them. She's just way more blue. And I love her. She was one of the first ones I bought. I bought all of them at like the same time, but she was one of the first ones I bought. And then this is where my taxes and my cross-stitch patterns go, because both of them are equally important. So I have some printed out PDFs that don't have pictures with them in here, as well as my Mirabilias. So this one is Bluebeard's Princess. which I recently found a picture of, like, stitched, and that looks really good. So this is Mermaid of Atlantis, which I haven't seen a picture of stitched yet, but I'm still excited to do, because mermaids. Cathedral Woods Goddess, which my boyfriend really liked. My camera sucks, I'm sorry. Oh, and then I also have a Bella Filipina, Gaia the Earth Goddess, who is gorgeous. One day I will stitch her, but I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. Yes, Tatiana, Queen of the Fairies. I love her wings. They look so good. They almost look like fabric with the ruffles they have. It's kind of cool. The Snow Queen. I want to do the caribou. That's why I bought it. I want to do the caribou. You can try to tell me a reindeer. It's a reindeer. It's a caribou. Lady Justice. And I think this is my last one of the Mirabilia, at least. And it's Nightingale, because her dress is phenomenal. It's so pretty. It's got the blues and the whites, and I like blues and whites, so yeah. And the rest in here are printed out patterns from when I used to print out PDFs and then stitch that way. I also realized I could show this. So, in my last video, which was my introduction in Whip Parade, I talked about my Dimensions kit, and how it was the first one I'd ever done, and I mentioned the name, but I forgot that I had the picture right next to me, so that is the Dimensions kit that I'm working on. And I am, where is it? Just in the top corner up here. So, I've only done the tans so far. Literally the same color, the only thing that's changed is how many strings I'm using. Oh, I know. I've moved on to the second color. Okay, so I've done 2 colors. But I'm really excited to get into the flowers for those. But I don't work on it very often because it's not my favorite project. It's just one of the ones that I have parts I'm excited to stitch on. But yeah. There's only, I guess, 2 projects. So it's, well, 3, counting the Dimensions. There's 3 projects that I didn't work on that are still classified as whips. And then the back stitching on my grandma's present that I haven't done yet. But, that being said, I think having 10 projects and working on 6 of them is pretty good for having worked all this week and spent a little bit of time with family. And trying to get ready for school. It's been a whole thing. Which is what I'm going to be spending most of this week off doing. So I'll stitch quite a bit, but I might just be on specific projects. Like, I think I'm going to focus on putting some time into the Mirabilia, because it is stunning, and I want to get more of the... I want to at least finish her hair before I put her to the side for a bit. But, yeah. That's all my patterns, all my stitch progress. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for I could do better, feel free to drop in the comments. Hopefully next time I film a video I'll have actually cleaned my room, and that'll help with the presentation. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great evening, day, stitching session.